Hey everybody, welcome to Workforce Gaming. I am Brad, and we were sent over code for Mika and the Witch's Mountain. This is a game that is just kind of a relaxing, running around town doing things. Doug refers to these as chore venture games, where it's basically just your character needs to go and do some kind of menial tasks to live around town or whatever the case may be. This one in particular looks really interesting just because you get to fly around, you're walking around, you're delivering packages is basically what it is. I think if you look at it, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, it's Kiki's delivery service, the game. That's not helped out at all by the opening cutscene just very much being done in that style. Very, very similar to those movies. So you just instantly knock that point of comparison right to the front of everybody's mind because that is the style that you're doing for kind of the opening cutscenes. To get into what Mika and the Witch's Mountain really is, the story basically starts with Mika coming to the top of this mountain, and she's talking to this older witch and says, I'm here to go to magic school. Like, I'm here to learn to be a witch. Teach me. And the old witch just kicks you off the top of the mountain and says, come on back up. When you get back up, we'll talk. So it instantly reminded me a little bit of Little Kitty, Big City, which is kind of in the same genre, same realm, where it's just, okay, I just need to get back up to the top. That is ultimately our goal, is how do I get from the bottom of this thing to the top of this thing? And as Mika lands on the ground, her broom breaks. So you make a friend, and she's like, okay, here, well, I can kind of fix that up. And then you're able to fly on your broom, which we'll talk about the flying controls in a second, because I think that's kind of the unique thing in this game. But basically, your broom breaks. She fixes it up. I'm like, well, there's no way on earth you're flying to the top of the mountain with this thing, so why don't you go get a job? And your job ends up being working for the delivery company. So essentially, they give you, hey, this package came, go deliver it to this guy. This package came, go deliver it to that guy. Those people, of course, kind of have other requests. So it's, okay, can you bring this letter to this old fisherman? And he goes, oh, hey, my son left early. He forgot his lunch. Can you bring him his lunch? It's lots of just that bringing things around to different people. Following along with the story, basically, there's a lot of corporations and businesses are mean and bad in this. Basically, the evil corporate guy on the island gets Mika fired. And as you kind of go through, she kind of realizes that, you know what, really what I want to be doing more than a lot of this other stuff is just helping people. So those are kind of the broad strokes of the story. The story is basically just the story of Mika discovering, okay, all my life I want to be a witch, but maybe it's just nice being around people. Maybe I just enjoy being around people and I don't want to be with this grumpy old witch at the top of the mountain. You do have some choices in there. So when you leave the mountain, basically you showed up to magic school with this set of things. And I don't know how much it impacted the story. There was, kind of the ending, like, oh, I see you have blah, 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 or you did blah, blah, blah with this thing. So there's a little bit of that towards the ending. It didn't, I don't feel like it affected anything else other than just the ending having a little bit of different dialogue there. Very straightforward, very much just go and take things from point A to point B, and it really relies on just kind of that, I don't know why I hate the cozy game turn. I don't know why that just completely is just not my thing for these games. It is that, but I don't know why I don't like that term. It's odd, but it's just that comforting, that relaxing, just let's spend, I think it was about 4 hours for me, maybe 4.5. Let's just spend 4.5 hours just flying around this island, just looking around, getting used to it, getting ingrained into this town, getting to know these people, getting to find passageways and shortcuts around this place and just see what's there. It's just, I really like that type of thing. Little Gator game, Short Hike, all those kind of in this genre here that really rely on its gameplay and its general feeling. So to talk about the gameplay, what I think is unique about this game is that you fly around the whole game. The island's not huge. You could probably in maybe a minute and a half fly around the whole island. As you go up further, you get kind of access to the whole thing initially on the ground, and then as you go through, you get upgrades to go up the mountain. The flying, I could see people finding it was irritating. I think that just for the style of game where it's like at no point did you really have to be super precise and perfect with it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of just fun and simple. It feels kind of good. Just the way that the broom kind of maneuvers around there as you're flying through. You also can walk around and jump as well. In terms of upgrades, you get a new broom every day. So you play through 4 days in this, and every day you get a new broom. So the first day you can kind of go whatever. The second day, okay, I can make my broom jump a little bit. The third day you get a little speed boost. So every day you get just a little bit more ability to traverse the island. In addition to that, there's wind tunnels that kind of shoot you all over the place, give you those speed boosts, lift you up, all of those things. You gain access to more of that as you go through. You can unlock some shortcuts. There's lots of collectibles, lots of all that stuff in here as well. You're able to do that. So that island that took you a minute and a half to go all the way around at the beginning, maybe 2 or 3 minutes actually at the beginning, now it's taking me, okay, I can get around the entire island in a minute. It's just, it feels a little loose, but I didn't mind it in the setting because it never really demands you to be very, very precise. Keeping rolling with the gameplay, going back to that delivery mechanic. So the basic delivery mechanic, like I said, is you pick up a package, you bring it to somewhere else, or you pick up whatever it is, and you bring it somewhere else. All of the packages have damage indicators for the most part. There's one or two like, oh, take this broken piece to somebody else. I don't care if it gets bounced around. Here's a key to this. It's a key. It can get smashed up, whatever. It's a key. It's not going to break. But basically all of the main packages have somewhere between 1 and 3 hits that you can do, and those happen anytime you run quickly into something, you smash into something. I found the hit detection on that was a little funky and a little off, or sometimes I couldn't quite tell, like, ooh, I don't feel like I was going fast enough for that damage, or I don't feel like I hit that hard enough to damage it, or okay, I guess it didn't take any damage. So kind of a little funky there. Some packages can't get wet, so there's a few times where I have to go deliver to like a fishing boat. There's islands, and for example, one you're taking like a letter to somebody who's out on a boat. Obviously, it wouldn't make sense that the letter can get dragged through the water, so you can't touch the water. So different things like that to kind of change it up and make it feel a little more difficult. At no point did I, outside of maybe the first 20 minutes where I was still trying to get the mechanics down, did I ever have any issue with that. There's a few that are time sensitive. At one point you're delivering ice cream, so it's okay, deliver it in 30 seconds or the ice cream melts. You can reset all of these. It's just you go back to the beginning to do that, to reset them. So it's no real major setback if that doesn't happen. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a perfect just play it for a few hours game. Enjoy a night with it. Enjoy a couple nights with it. Relaxing. Very calm music the whole time. There's no real craziness going on here. It's a good time to just be able to sit down, relax, and engross and explore this world. I really enjoyed it. I played it on Switch. There is some Switch stuff on there. I think at this point in the Switch's life cycle, if you have a Switch, you know that Switch stuff is coming. Some long load time, some pop in here and there, some just kind of weird stuttery. All that Switchness is there at this point on a Switch. I don't even knock it. I know what I'm getting into when I'm playing a game like this on the Switch. But overall, if you're into those quote unquote cozy games, if you like that idea of just kind of going around town and helping people out, I think this is one of the better ones. I really enjoyed my time with it. We are Workforce Gaming. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to our channel. There's a link to Sports and Coffee as well. We'll see you later.